What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be pressing the three shirts that I'm going to be pressing today. On one of them, I'm going to be using the Gimme5 from Gimme5. I'm going to be using some green on a white shirt. And then on the next two shirts, if you follow me on Instagram, I showed you this last night. This is called the Mirror Gold, and it's also from Gimme5. So those are the three shirts that we are going to be pressing. Some of the things that I'm going to be using in this video is my heat press back here that I'm going to be using. It's a USA stock 16x20. A lot of people have said don't use them. I've had it for over a year now and I've had no problems with it. But it's up to you what you want to use. Another thing that I'm going to be using in this video is the Vinyl Express QE6000 from Sign Warehouse. If you guys have been watching me for a while, you know before I had the Vinyl Express QE6000, I was using the R Series 2 from Sign Warehouse also. I was lucky enough that Sign Warehouse sent me the QE6000 to feature in my video. So again, I just want to say thank you to them. Another thing that I'm using in this video is this cutter right here. I like to use this cutter just to go ahead and cut straight across instead of using a blade like this to cut across. Another thing that I'm going to be using is the trace light. I like to use the trace light because after I get done cutting it, when it comes to weeding it, I like to put it on here because you can adjust the settings of the light by tapping this button to make it brighter, to make it easier to weed. That's what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take you to the computer, show you the images that we're going to be cutting today. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here to where I have my mock-ups. So these are the shirts that we're going to be pressing today. I did these mock-ups online, and I'll show you how I do those later on in another video. So with this gold right here, it's called Gold Mirror again, and it is from Gimme5. If you want to look this up or any of the other vinyl that I'm using today, I'll put the link down in the description for that. But the first shirt that we're going to do is going to be, in the front it's going to have King, and then in the back it's going to have Together 20, and then the second shirt is going to be Queen, and then Since 2007. Those are going to be the two shirts that I'm going to be doing with the gold, and then the green one. And then the green one, we're going to be doing this one right here. Legends Are Born in February. And then on the right sleeve, I'm going to put this right here. This is going, so if you look at this right here, established 1987 is going to go on the sleeve. So as you know, everything around here is all dead space. So I'm going to use this piece right here to add in that part right there. Another shirt that I'll do is I'll just do one of them and then I'll finish the video because I got 5 other shirts that I got to do. We'll do this one right here. This one right here. I'm also going to do this one for a family reunion out in Sacramento. Let me size this. Again, the program that I'm using, if you look up here at the top left hand corner, is LXI Expert. And it actually came with my Vinyl Express R Series 2 cutter when I bought it. So we're going to be doing this one right here. All right, so we got the image pulled up. We got the QE6000 hooked up to the computer already with the USB. The next thing we want to do is we want to turn this on. It's going to go through its little checks right here, do its thing. All right, so now it's telling us to load the media. I'm just going to use this little piece right here. It's big enough to cut what we're going to cut. And again, once I put this in there, it's going to measure it and it'll tell me exactly what the size of this is. And I can just make sure, so that I can make sure that the size of my vinyl that I have set up over there is not going to exceed this piece right here. So if you look right now, I got this set up for a 12-inch piece. The good thing about this is you can move this roller anywhere along this line right here and adjust this one to any of these 3 points right here. So we got one here, one here, one here, and one here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to adjust this one over here. And then I'm going to grab this one and move it over so I can line this up. So what I like to do is with these lines that are on here, they're in the front here and in the back, is I like to line them up to where they're going to go. And the good thing about that is that you know that your vinyl is straight front to back. Once you got it in place, as you can see, I've still got some vinyl sticking out over here. The good thing now, I can just adjust this out. I'm going to put it right here to the edge of this roller, line it up front and back, push this roller out to the edge, and then just clamp it down. Once you have it clamped down with the QE6000, it gives me 3 different options right here. It's giving me the front roll, current position, or the sheet. I don't want to cut from the current position. And then it gives me the option for the sheet. So being that I don't have a big roll on there, I could hit sheet and it's going to measure the whole sheet. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do that because the image that I'm going to cut, I want to make sure that it's going to cut on this right here. I'm pretty sure it will. I just want to make sure. So I'm going to hit number 3. It's going to do its thing. You won't be able to see it, but it's going to tell me the exact length that I have. So I have a 13 by 14 inch piece. That's plenty right there to cut this piece. What I like to look for too is to make sure that the blade right here is actually touching the vinyl. So I got that set up. We're going to fast forward through this. Also, don't forget, we're cutting vinyl for a t-shirt, not a decal. So with this over here, we have to flip it. You won't be able to, I don't know if you can see it from there, but I'm going to hit it. I'm going to let it do its thing. I'm going to let it load real quick. It's loading up. All right, so now we're good. Mine's already flipped because I haven't done any decals in a while. So mine's already flipped. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to send it, let it cut, and we'll just zoom through this real quick. So I don't know if you guys can hear this. I'm gonna let y'all hear it for a little bit. How quiet this one is. For those of you that have questions about this QE6000, I just want to let you know that it's well worth it. Again, I didn't have to pay for it. Sign Warehouse sent this one to me to feature on my videos. It's really quiet. You can't barely even hear it. I could talk, like unlike the Vinyl Express R Series 2, which was really loud, and a lot of y'all know the Cricket or the Cameo, it's pretty loud also. But if you listen, this is real time right now, and I could talk without having to yell over it. All right, so that piece is done. What we're gonna do is I'm just gonna click the back, take it out. You can't see it. I can see it. We'll get ready to weed this piece in a minute. First thing I want to do is I'm gonna go ahead and stick the gold in there and see how that one cuts. I was looking at it like I didn't know if I went deep enough, but I did. It is deep enough. We'll weed this one in a second. All right, so the next one we're gonna cut, we're gonna use this one right here, the mirror gold. Same thing with this one. It's got to go in backwards. This one, as you can see, is bigger than a 15-inch piece. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna slide this one over and check to see if it'll fit. It will fit there. All right, so I know I just measured this for the front, but now that I have the image pulled up and I know what I'm working with from front to back, I want to try to get the crowns on here also. So what it's doing now is it's measuring from left to right. Once it's got that measurement, it's going to go from the front of it all the way to the back where it will stop cutting to where it won't fall off the rollers. So what it did is it told me that I'm working with a 34 by 17-inch piece. So we're working with a 34 by 17-inch piece, and the piece that I'm trying to cut right now is only 12 inches. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop both of those crowns in there so that I can cut all of it at one time. All right, so if you look, I had to change it. I had masked it with a gold background, so it was telling me that it couldn't cut, so I had to go back in there. If you look now, everything on there is black, so now it's going to be able to cut. It couldn't cut with the mask. How it cut through the vinyl, but it didn't cut through the backing. All right, so I'm gonna use this right here. This is what came with this cutter right here. What I do is this groove that's right here, just lay it inside there, drag it across, get a nice clean cut. See if you can see it. This time you can see it. The king and the queen. That's what I hate. But I have extra right here on the side. So all of this excess stuff right here, I am going to save it. All right, so now we're going to get ready to do this one again with the same thing. As you can see, I have it set as gold with the gold background. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and unmask it and delete that background that I put in there. So if you look, once I do that, you're gonna see, you can see the two pieces that I added in there to mask it. And all I'm gonna do now is come here and delete that piece, come here and delete that, and then I'm going to. So I got that one done. And now what I'm gonna do with this one is, instead of cutting it up and down, I'm gonna spin it sideways so that it's cutting this way instead of long ways, and it's gonna save me. It's gonna, instead of cutting 12 inches in, it's only gonna cut 9, or it's only gonna cut 9.5 in, and it's gonna save me that 3 extra inches. And then I'll have to just cut this excess stuff off at the bottom and reuse it for something later. So let's cut this one. See, I don't know if you can see it, but you can see it on this side, since 07. All right, so we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna cut these and then check these out. All 4 pieces weeded. Here's the last one. I didn't cut this one on video, but here's this one right here. The Sacramento one. Born to be legends. Legends are born in February. With the sleeve right here. This is going to be on the sleeve. And then I got the Together Since 2007 back there. I got the heat press warming up. So what we're going to do is we're going to get ready to press these. Alright, so we're good to go. We're going to be pressing the Gimme5 first. We're going to be pressing it on the white shirt. This green one right here. Here's their book right here from B-Flex. Alright, so if we look right here, we're going to see we're using the Gimme5. 140 degrees Celsius, 285 Fahrenheit. Press time is only 4 seconds. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to press this piece right here onto the sleeve. So this one right here still has the crease from when I just took it out of the box. So like always, I'm going to grab the shirt. Being that it's a white shirt, you want to make sure everything around it is clean because you don't want to stain it. So what we're going to do, same thing like always, open it up. We have our crease right there. We're going to put our pad. Should be the same. Basically what I'm doing is I'm lining it up off the bottom of this right here so that it can sit right there straight across. With that being said, it's good to go. 4 seconds. So as you see, it's a warm peel. So as soon as you press it, you can peel it right off. I'm going to go over this again just in case anybody is new here to my channel. You're going to see what my process whenever I get ready to put a logo on the front of a shirt. So I like to use the T-square. I don't like to use a tape measure. To me, it gives a better measurement. If you don't have a T-square, I'm going to put the link down below. You can pick one up there. If you don't have one, you can also fold the shirt in half, give it a quick press to get that line inside of it so you know exactly where the middle of the shirt's at. So if we look from this seam, almost 9.5. Move this back up to where I was. So if we look right here, we're almost at 9.5 here. And then we come to this seam over here. Same thing here. We're almost at 9.5. So we know that we are in the middle of the shirt. So what a lot of people like to do is they say either 3 fingers or 4 fingers. So that's basically about 3 inches. So don't forget, if you're using this, it measures here. So always go with this arrow at the bottom of the neck here. Come 3 down and you'll be good about right there. All right, now that we got all that centered, the next thing to do is to center this off of that. And the good thing about this, the E in Legends would be right in the middle. So same thing, you're just gonna take this at the 3-inch mark. You're gonna put the E right there. And if we look, everything's gonna line up and down as we see FEBR, UARY, that's the middle. So what I'm not gonna do is, if we look, the bottom of this down here is not on the actual platen right here. So what I do is I grab the shirt, just move it up to where everything is actually on the shirt and we know it's nice and straight. Next thing I do to remove this is I'll put my hand right here on the side, bring this up, grab the T-square, move it out of there, press it down. Once you got it on there, you can always bring it back down to look at it if you need to. So we're looking at it. Everything here looks good. It's nice and centered. So next thing we're going to do is we're just going to give it a press. What I'm going to do is I'm going to press it 2 times. I'm going to press it the first time, and then I'm going to show you that you don't need to actually put Teflon paper on it to press it again. So let's press it the first time for 4 seconds. Alright, so it is a warm peel. Then you just come, peel it off. So the Gimme5 doesn't need to have Teflon paper over it. So what we're going to do is we're going to press it just like this. No Teflon paper. Alright, so here's the first one. Legends are born in February. And what I like to do is just give it a quick press to get all the wrinkles out of the bottom. We're good to go. Alright, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to press this shirt right here. This one right here is going to be on a 4X large shirt. So I'm going to show you how I measure that one, because the way it sticks off on the platen, it's hard to measure it. So basically what you have to do is just eyeball it. So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to use a T-square, but I'm going to show you how to measure this shirt without having to use a T-square or a tape measure. So what I like to do is fold the shirt in half. Make sure you got this lined up and this lined up. Once we got all this lined up, what we're going to do is we're going to take the shirt, lay it down right on the platen, make sure it's all good to go. All right, once we got it on the platen, we're going to give it a quick press. All right, and then what you're going to see is there is a crease right directly in the middle of the shirt. So what I do now is I just lay my shirt on here. You still have to make sure when you're putting it on here that this line right here stays straight, because you don't want to put the shirt crooked and then have to put the design crooked. So the best thing to do is just put it straight. T-square if you want to. Same thing, same concept. You're just going to put this bottom arrow like I showed you a minute ago to the bottom of the neck right here. So basically to the bottom of this and then 3 inches down. So the way I'm going to center this is I'm using the middle of the circle on the top, and as I come down, right here it says 2019. So the next thing I'm going to look for is in between the 0 and the 1. Put that there. I'll be able to lift it off. Once I got it to where I want it, I'm just going to move the whole shirt up. Once you're happy with the way it looks, you can just go ahead, and this is a Gimme5 also, so we're pressing it at 285 for 4 seconds. Let's get it going. Alright, so once you're happy once you got it the way you want it, just go ahead, give it a quick press. This is Gimme5 also, so we're gonna press it for 4 seconds. It's a warm peel, so it should just come right off. Just be careful when you get to the letters or the little stuff. You want to make sure everything is sticking, everything came off. And then once again, I'm going to show you again, the Gimme5, you don't need Teflon, you don't need the Teflon paper. So press it again. So here's one of their shirts. I just wanted to show you how one of them was going to look for that family reunion. So there's one of them. All right, so our temperature's good. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to pre-press it. Just pre-press it for 3 to 4 seconds. Just wanted to do that. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get ready to press this right here. What I like to do is when I'm pressing a chest piece is I like to use the logo it. So some of you have seen me use this before. If you're new to my channel, I'm going to show you real quick. What I like to do is I like to grab this little circle right here and put it right there in the middle of the neck. Then what I like to do after that is I like to come off of this, bring it straight down. This is a large shirt. So what I want to do is center the center of the crown, which would be right here. I'm going to bring it down around 3 inches, the same as what I do in the front or whatever I'm putting, around 3 inches. Make sure it stays centered with this up here, and then I'll bring it straight down. I'm going to press a piece of it down, pull the logo out, make sure it stays where I wanted it to, and then I'm going to give it a press for 12 seconds, I believe it was. Again, you don't want to go too far to the left because you don't want the piece to be like if it's under their arm. So if you go, my rule of thumb is if you go here, it's going to end up right on your chest where you want it to be. What we're going to do now is give it our press for 12 seconds. This is my first time using this, so I'm going to be cautious when I pull this up. It says it's a warm peel, and as we can see, came off really nice. I'm going to press it one more time, but I am going to use Teflon paper for the second one. I like to give it an insurance, what I like to call insurance press. We're going to do it one more time. Same thing for 12 seconds. So you can see that, how good that looks. All right, so next thing I'm gonna do is the back. Give it a quick press. All right, so once we did the front, I went ahead and I turned the shirt over to the back. The main thing you want to do is you want to make sure you put the king with the right saying. You don't want to put the king with the wrong saying. So we got the right saying right here together. In 2000, well, the beginning of 2000 or 20, I like to put this piece to where the shoulder blades will be. So let me show you how I do that. So usually I go from the top right here to the bottom, and then I center it between these right here. You don't want to go too high in case the person has long hair, then the hair is just going to cover everything. So I'm in the center from here to here, and you just want to make sure everything looks good from there to there. Again, you can use the T-square if you want to. So we'll use my T-square. On this shirt, it's a large shirt. So we go from here to here. Both seams is 10 inches. So what we're going to do here, we got 8 letters. We come right in the middle of this letter here. The E and the T, we should be good. Right across the shoulder blades. take that off. Everything looks good. Before you start moving the shirt, you want to make sure you press this backing down so that it gets a good adhesive before you start moving it, and then it twists all up. So here we go. I'm going to press this piece. We're going to give it one press, and then once we get that one press, we'll give it an additional press. Right, so again, this one's a warm peel. My phone was getting ready to die, so I had to plug it in. But here we go. So this is a warm peel. Be careful. You just want to be careful when you're pulling this. You want to make sure everything is sticking. Everything so far looks really good. I don't know if this is like the Gimme5. I don't want to chance it. I know the Gimme5, you can press it without the Teflon paper. I don't know about this. So we're going to press it one more time. So here's the back. You can see the effect this gold has. So there's the back, and then here's the front. So let's do the queen shirt. You got the tip. You got the big tip of the crown right here. I'm going to go same way. Same distance. Again, I'm going to put links in the bottom for the logo and links in the bottom for the T-square if you're looking to get one. Alright, so there's the front. I'm going to give it one more press. I forgot to. Same thing for this for a female. I don't know if she has long hair, she has short hair, but I know it's a queen, so we need to make sure that we come low enough so if her hair is down that it's not covering this up so that whoever is behind her will be able to see it. That's the purpose of this. So same thing, we're going to come between the shoulder blades for the female also. So on this one, I'm going to come down about 4 inches instead of 3, and then we're just going to the middle of this, there's the word. We can go in between. We can go in between the letters. We could go to the left a little bit. To the right a little bit at the end. So I'm gonna line it up. So now we're gonna give it our final 2 presses, and then we'll be done. Additional press just for safe measures. Never used this before, so we'll do it one more time and we'll be done. There's the front and there's the back. Hey, so I just want to say thank you everybody who tuned in and watched this video today. I'll show you the shirts that we did in this video. First one we did was this one right here. Born to be a Legend, established 1987. And after that one, we did this one right here. I still got a couple of these I gotta do. I just wanted to press one of them so I could show them, and I could show you guys what I was working on also. And then the last 2 shirts that we worked on were the King and Queen. There's the King together, 2007. And then here's the Queen shirt right here. And here's hers with the Queen and the 07. So this was my first time pressing this stuff right here. All the vinyl that I used in this video did come from B-Flex America. I will put a link down in the description if you're interested in getting some. Also, I'm going to put down in the description where you can get one of these. And last but not least, I'll put this down in the description. I didn't use it. I put it back in the drawer after I told you I was going to use it. and then I forgot about it. Last, I want to say thank you to all my new subscribers for joining my channel. All my past subscribers, I appreciate all of you guys. You know I do. You guys could email me. You could instant message me on Instagram or Facebook at any time, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Also, down in the description, I'm going to put a link to my Facebook page and a link to my Instagram page. Make sure to go to both of those pages and follow us. I also have a store on my Facebook page where you can go. You can buy your own Heart and Hustle merchandise if you want to support my stuff. Those of you that have bought my stuff already, I appreciate you guys 100%. Thank you so much. Also, if you follow me on Instagram, you'll be able to see stuff that I'm doing because I haven't been doing a lot of videos like I used to. I'm trying to get back more into it, but my hours at work are crazy. But if you go to Instagram, I always put like little clips. Like last night, I put this roll of vinyl on there showing what I was going to be working on soon. Again, I can't tell you enough. I appreciate all of you guys, whether it's on Facebook, YouTube, or Instagram. I appreciate all of you guys 100%. And until next time, keep pressing.
He said insta text me. It's DM me. You're supposed to say you can DM me. That's what it's called.
What did I say?
Message someone.